This is the L2C Media Network, and this is a very late edition of Steve BAXLEY Sports Final. So if you're ready for at least a 40-minute show, thank you, Dodgers. I'm Harry von Stuttgart, your announcer. You know who this is sponsored by, the L2C Media Network, and you know who the guy is with the long, dumbass hair. Hey, watch it. I happen to respect people with long hair. Hey, you try and think of something nice at 6 after 1 in the morning. Here's Steve. You're like that at 1 o'clock. Well, I don't know. But anyway, hi, kids. Welcome to the broadcast. We are going to try to just bring you about 40 minutes. So at 1:06, we should be done by about 1:56. Let's get going because there was a whirlwind of sports, and yes, oh joy, the NFL did something good. I wish I could say more than that. But let's get to it. It is the Sunday edition of the Racking Up Dress. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you ready? Oh, great. Let's get to it. Shallst we? Yes, we shallst. All right, let's take you now to our what we call our mini recap. We don't have an ad. So here we go. Let's get to the mini recap. And once again, these people do not put up a recap board until Monday. So, okay, I can understand that. Bears win over the Panthers. The Bears win over the Panthers. The Bears win over the Panthers 23-16. And Mr. Foles' neighborhood got bigger and better as Trubisky sits and tries to find out when he's coming back to earth. 23-16 Bears disgraced the Panthers. Foles, 198 yards, 1 touchdown. Montgomery, 19 rushing attempts for 58 yards. Robinson, oh Robinson, 5 receptions at 53 yards. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, Bridgewater, 216 yards, nada. Davis, 18 rushing attempts, 52 yards, 1 touchdown, and more. How do you like 5 receptions and 93 yards? We keep going. And so do the Eagles in the losing column. Ravens beat the Eagles. How many more times are we going to say that? 30-28. Jackson for the Ravens, 186 yards, 1 touchdown. Jackson. Same guy. 9 rushing attempts, 108 yards, 1 thin, lovely touchdown. And Brown, we knew what he could do. 2 receptions, 38 yards. For the Eagles, Wentz, 197 yards and 2 TDs. Sanders, 9 rushing attempts, 118 yards. Fulgham, 6 receptions, 75 yards, 1 TD. Falcons over the Vikings, 40-23. Ryan, 371 yards, 4 touchdowns. Gurley, 20 rushing attempts for 47 yards. Jones, 8 receptions, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns. On the other side of the darkness, Cousins, 343 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mattinson, 10 rushing attempts for 26 yards. Jefferson, 9 receptions, 166 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Dibbles. Steelers defeated the Browns 38-7, and Mayfield was not good. 119 yards, 1 touchdown, and a big-ass benching. Hunt, 13 rushing attempts, 40 yards. Hooper, 3 receptions, 50 yards for the Steelers. Roethlisberger, 162 Big Ben yards, 1 touchdown. Connor, 20 rushing attempts, 101 yards, 1 touchdown. Claypool, 4 receptions, 74 yards. Titans over the Texans in the or overtime. 42-36. Watson, come here. I need you. Texans, 335 yards, 4 TDs. Johnson, 19 rushing attempts, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. Fuller, 6 receptions, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. For the Titans, Tannenhill, 364 yards and 4 TDs. Henry, 22 rushing attempts, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Fursker of the Mounties, 8 receptions, 113 yards, 1 touchdown. Giants, wow, some of these 0-5 teams, they finally found their balls. Giants beat the Washington 20-19. Allen, 280 yards, 2 TDs. McKissick, 8 rushing attempts, 41 yards. McLaurin, 7 receptions, 74 yards. For the Giants, Jones, 112 yards, 1 touchdown. Jones, 7 attempts, 74 yards. And Slayton, 2 receptions, 41 yards, and 1 touchdown. Broncos over the Patriots. What is wrong with Belichick? Wow. This is an embarrassment. I have a feeling he may find himself in an embarrassing situation soon. Broncos 18, Patriots 12. Locke, 189 yards. Lindsey, 23 rushing attempts, 101 yards. Patrick, 4 receptions, 101 yards. For the Patriots, Cam Newton, 157 yards. He also had 10 rushing attempts for 76 yards and 1 touchdown. And White, 8 receptions, 65 yards. We also had the Lions. Or do you want to do, okay, we'll do the Bengals. The Bengals. Oh, you're going to love this. Bengals lost to the Colts 31-27. Burrow, 313 passing yards. Mixon, 18 rushing attempts for 54 yards and a touchdown. If that's not enough, Higgins, 6 receptions, 125 yards for the Colts. Rivers was no lake. This time he was a manly river. 371 yards, 3 touchdowns. Taylor, 12 rushing attempts, 60 yards. And Johnson, 5 receptions, 108 yards. The Lions, they did not sleep tonight. They won. They beat the Jaguars. Sorry to my friends in Jacksonville. 34-16. Matthew Stafford, 223 yards, 1 touchdown. Swift, 14 rushing attempts, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns, and happy holidays. Wow. Happy holidays. Wow. The merriest of holiday to the Lions winning way. 4 receptions, 105 yards. For the Jags, the mustache, Minshew, 243 yards and a touchdown. Robinson, 12 rushing attempts, 29 yards. And Cole, 6 receptions, 143 yards. We continue on. Well, there is one conciseness. The Jets continue to suck. Dolphins 24. The Jets didn't even show up. 24-0. Flacco supposedly got passed for 186 yards. And Gore, and believe me, you saw the Jets play, it would be Gore. 11 rushing attempts, 46 yards. And that was enough. Perryman, that's him. Yes, Perryman. 4 receptions, 62 yards. For the Dolphins, Fitzpatrick, 191 yards, 3 touchdowns. Gaskin, 16 attempts rushing for 84 yards. That's not enough. Shaheen Chevrolet, 3 receptions, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Remember when everybody said that the that Tommy Buccaneer versus Aaron um, versus Aaron Rodgers would be the battle of two behemoths. Well, I guess Aaron Rodgers didn't show up because Tom Brady and the Buccaneers were all over the Packers, 38-10. Rodgers 160 yards, Williams 4 rushing attempts, 34 yards. Adams 6 receptions, 61 yards. Tommy Buccaneer, 166 yards, 2 TDs. Jones, 23 rushing attempts, 113 yards, 2 TDs. And Gronk, excuse me, Gronk, there we go. 5 receptions, 78 yards, 1 touchdown. 49ers defeated the Rams 24-16. Goff, 198 yards, 2 touchdowns. Henderson rushed for 14 rushing attempts, 88 yards. Higbee, 3 receptions, 56 yards for the 49ers. The returning Garoppolo, 268 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mostert, 17 rushing attempts, 65 yards. Kittle and Fish, 6 receptions, 98 yards, 1 touchdown. And is that it? That's all, folks. Don't forget Monday, wah, 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 wah. It begins at 5 p.m. when the Chiefs take on the Bills. That game will be on Fox and NFL Network and Amazon Prime and probably Twitch. ESPN then takes over with their regular Monday night game, the Cardinals and the Cowboys. I wish we all had previews, but obviously no one puts the previews on some of this anymore. That's bad. Anyway, there you go. There's your. You know what we haven't done lately? We haven't done the standings for the NFL. Shall we do them? I think we shall. Let's tell you how things are going. The AFC East, right on top dog. 4-1. New England, Miami are Buffalo 4-1. New England 2-3. Miami 3-3. Jets in the bottom. North Division, Pittsburgh 5-0. Baltimore 5-1. Cleveland 4-2. Cincinnati, wishing they were on vacation already, 1-1. And finally, the AFC South. Well, not finally, but the AFC South. Tennessee still on top, 5-0. Indianapolis 4-2. Houston and Jacksonville 1-5. And in the West, Kansas City, here we come. We're right on top, 4-1. Vegas 3-2. Denver 2-3, and Chargers 1-4. Now, let's go to the NFC and Dallas 2-3. Philadelphia 1-4-1. Washington 1-5. So too the Giants. Let's go to the NFC North, where things are starting to get more interesting. Green Bay 4-1. Chicago 5-1. Detroit 2-3, and Minnesota dead as a doornail, 1-5. By the way, 2 weeks from today, we will be in the halfway point of the season, I do believe. The South, Tampa Bay 4-2. This must be Tampa Bay's year. First, the Lightning win the Stanley Cup. The Devil Rays are going to the World Series. And Tommy Buccaneer has put the Tampa Bay Bucks in first place, 4-2. New Orleans 3-2. Carolina 3-3, and Atlanta 1-5. And the West, Seattle 5-0, Rams 4-1, Arizona 3-2, and San Francisco 2-3, which means the worst team in the NFL is the New York Jets. Let's give them a hand. The New York Jets, the worst team in the NFL. There we go. Huzzah, huzzah. Okay, we only had one game in Major League Baseball that really mattered to discuss, and that was, of course, the NLCS Game 7. So that's the reason why we're late is because Atlanta and Los Angeles. They played in, I do believe, did they play in Arlington? I do believe, no, they played in San Diego. Well, either way, the Dodgers, it's time for Dodger baseball. And yes, friends, I forgot to do that, but then again, it's not the World Series. Dodgers beat up on the 4-3, 4-10-0 for the Dodgers, 3-3-0 for the Braves. Urias gets the win for the Dodgers. He's 3-1. Martin stunk it up. He's 0-1. Player of the game, Urias, pitched 3 innings, didn't give up a hit or an earned run, didn't even get a strike or a walk. Bellinger, the Dodgers center fielder, went 1 for 2. A 1 run, 1 homer, 1 rib. And now, let's give you that little moment of fun, joy, and happiness. LA won the series 4-3, so the Braves get to go back in the Ohio River. Meanwhile, when does the World Series begin? Why, kids, it begins Tuesday, October 20th. That's right, Tuesday, October 20th. That will be on Tuesday, yeah, because we welcome you to Monday, although we're an hour. We're about an hour and 22 minutes into Monday. Let's see, and in the West Coast, it's still Sunday. So the World Series starts Tuesday, October 20th, 8 p.m. Rays Dodgers on Fox from Arlington, Texas, the baseball bubble. Wednesday, October 21st, Game 2, Rays versus Dodgers, also on at 8 on Fox from Arlington, Texas. Then they take 2 days off before they return Friday, October 23rd for game number 3. Dodgers take on the Rays from Arlington, 8 o'clock on Fox. No SmackDown on Fox. It's all on FS1. Saturday, game 4, Dodgers versus Rays. Dodgers will be the home team, obviously. 8 p.m., Fox from Arlington. Then we got the if necessaries. Sunday, October 25th, game 5. Tuesday, October 27th, Game 6, and Wednesday, October 28th for Game 7. Rays versus Dodgers, and we'll let you know tomorrow what Vegas and the sports books all have to say about it. We got more headlines. I do believe we're going to check the headlines, and we're going to check sports headlines as well, and everything else in the whole world of sports. That's right. But right now, let's check in some news from just checking here a little awful stinkerino. Hey, Andrew Siciliano missed his first DirecTV's NFL Red Zone after testing positive for COVID-19. He's getting better. We salute him. He feels great and be back ASAP. Why did I do that? By the way, this isn't a story, but this doesn't deserve a thing. Bob Ryan, erstwhile sports writer for a newspaper, has never heard of Twix. Huh? He's never heard of Twix? What the hell? He's never heard of Twix. Oh boy. That's what he's missing. Twix is the bomb. Twix is good. Anyway. Let's see, since we're on to about 150, let's go to beautiful headlines. That's right. Nice headlines, good headlines, rocking headlines. Let's go to it. And get you gap festing. Are you ready? I know Ozzy is. So here we go. NFL reports. We got a couple of them. Here's one of them that will reap your eyeballs. Steve McClendon made 4 tackles for Jets in Sunday's 24-0 loss to the Dolphins. Moments later, the defensive tackle was in the process of being traded. Shock! Well, shocked that he wasn't traded sooner. He was being traded to the Buccaneers, according to Tampa Bay Times reporter Rick Stroud. In addition to receiving McClendon, the Buccaneers will receive the Jets' 2023 7th-round pick in exchange for their 2022 6th-round pick. Now, the addition of McClendon will help fill the void left by Vita V's season-ending leg injury sustained during Tampa Bay's Week 5. 6'3", 310-pound McClendon cracked the Steelers' roster in 2010, appearing in 7 games that season, while helping Pittsburgh win their 3rd AFC title in 6 years. McClendon remained in Pittsburgh through the 2015 season, receiving 31 regular season starts in 79 games. From 2013 to 2015, his final 3 years with Steelers, McClendon made 30 starts while recording 68 tackles during that span. Now, his success in Pittsburgh led him to sign a 3-year deal with the Jets during the 2016 offseason. He then signed 2 different extensions with the team, with the second extension making him a free agent after this season. In 5 seasons with the Jets, McClendon has made 58 starts in 64 games, recorded 154 tackles, 28 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. McClendon will go from the Yets, as we're going to call them, because they haven't won yet, to a Buccaneers team that's improved to 4-2 after defeating the anointed one and the previously unbeaten Packers on Sunday 38-10. Tampa Bay's defense, which entered Sunday's game number 8 in the NFL in scoring, held the Packers just 13 first downs and 7 of 17 efficiency on 3rd down. They also sacked Rodgers 4 times and intercepted him twice. I would so we'll actually be playing for a football team. Okay, let's go for our second NFL report. Here we go, the second report. And it's another little health report. So here we go. The Tennessee Titans defeat the Houston Texans in overtime by a score of 42-36 on Sunday. But the undefeated team might have just suffered a huge loss. On Sunday night, Jake Glazer of Fox Sports reported that Titans left tackle Taylor Lewan may have suffered that dreaded torn ACL. Lewan will undergo an MRI on Monday to determine the severity of the injury, that's according to News Channel 5 Steve Lehman in Nashville, but the team is apparently bracing for the bad news. Lewan left the game early with a knee injury. Borrello, who was beaten off the edge by J.J. Watt and allowed a strip sack of Ryan Tannehill just a couple of plays later. Titans left guard Roger Safford took to Twitter on Sunday to say that he still has Lewan's back, and in a way confirmed that Lewan had suffered somewhat of a serious injury. While Borrello replaced Lewan on Sunday, he may not be the permanent replacement of left tackle. Tennessee also has swing tackle Dennis Kelly, who is currently starting on the right side. They also have first-round pick Isaiah Wilson, but he has yet to play a snap this season. Lewan was originally drafted by the Titans with the number 11 overall pick in the 2014 NFL Draft. He made 3 straight Pro Bowls from 2016 to 2018 and has evolved into one of the better offensive tackles in the league. Not only is he responsible for protecting Tannehill's blind side, but he's also a leader in the locker room. The Titans certainly would miss him if he was out for the season. And that is our secondary NFL report. Let's keep going with the headlines, and then we'll get to the scoreboard, and then some shout-outs. That will make everybody. All right, let's rock and roll, puppy dogs. Okay, let's tee off and cha-cha. So here we go. Here we go, kids. A World Series berth was on the line Sunday night at the Globe Life Field in Arlington. The Dodgers edged out the Braves. And in Game 7 of the NLCS, thanks to Cody Bellinger's late home run, And now the Dodgers will face the Rays in the World Series. The Braves held a 3-1 lead in the NLCS, but Los Angeles won games 5, 6, and 7 to clinch its third pennant in 4 years. Game 7 went back and forth in the early innings. The Braves scored a run in the first and a run in the second to take a 2-0 lead. Then the Dodgers answered with 2 runs in the third. Atlanta regained the lead in the top of the fourth on Austin Riley's single, and they were poised to really break the game open. They were all set up with runners on second and third with no outs. Then the incredible, a wolf heard round the world, scored that a 5-2, 5-2, 5-6 double play. Really progressive base running, but with runners on second and third, no outs. Dansby Swanson has to hold on at third on a grounder hit right at an infielder. He was toast as soon as he broke home, and Riley, what in the world was that? As soon as he hesitated between second and third, he was out no matter which way he went. Also, props to Justin Turner for his amazing flying tag. To see it is to believe it. And with runners at second and third, no outs, the Braves had a 76.8% chance to win Game 7 after the double play. They dipped to 60.3%, a 16.5 percentage point swing in win probability on a single play in the fourth inning is massive. Had Swanson held at third and the Dodgers taken the out at first, Atlanta's win probability still would have been 70%. Blown opportunities were a theme for the Braves in the NLCS, and their 4 losses. They were 6 for 32, 188 average, with runners in scoring position. That includes blowing bases loaded with no outs opportunity in the second inning of Game 6. Riley and Nick Markakis struck out, and Christian Page grounded out. A game they lost by 2 runs. The Braves are a good team. Not excellent, but good, but the Dodgers were even better. Who knows what the dig is going to look like when they face the Tampa Bay Rays. It's going to be fun. Uno! Anyway. No, I think he's under here taking a powder. Oh, there you go. There you are. Hi. I think I might have spotted a little friend of yours. Supper. Okay, let's keep going. Brady and the Bucks rolled to an easy win over Rodgers and the Packers. We'll tell you all about that tomorrow. And we'll also give you a word on a Texas trade pieces ahead of the deadline. But before we bring you the scoreboard, we have some NBA news, some sad news to report. Very sad news to report. We'll get to that. Very sad news to report. The man responsible. Let's try that again. The man responsible for creating the Minneapolis Lakers, Sid Hartman, died Sunday. He was 100 years old and was an iconic sports columnist and radio personality in Minnesota for decades. Throughout his exhaustive sports writing career, Hartman covered NBA stars in Minneapolis, from likes of George Mikan to Karl Anthony Towns. However, it was his involvement in bringing the Lakers to Minneapolis that is perhaps the most iconic feat. Back in 1946, Hartman offered $15,000 to the owner of the Detroit Gems, of what was then the National Basketball League, to bring the team to Minneapolis. Just 26 years old at the time, Hartman saw that there was major interest in bringing professional basketball to Minnesota. And after writing a check to Gems owner Morris Winston, not only had he secured the team to come to Minneapolis, but because Detroit was a last-place team, it meant the newly formed Minneapolis Lakers had the draft rights to the highly touted George Mikan. Hartman became the unofficial first general manager of the Minneapolis Lakers, and led by Mikan, the franchise won a championship in its first season. In 1949, before the team relocated to Los Angeles in 1960. The Lakers have won 5 championships in 12 seasons while in Minnesota, including a three-peat from 52 to 54. Hartman was a central figure in building the first NBA dynasty with the Lakers and orchestrated a plan to try and get Celtics legend Bill Russell to Minneapolis in hopes that it would give the Lakers a better shot at drafting Russell after his standout collegiate career. It never materialized with Boston because Lakers ownership stepped in and vetoed it. Well, that move by the ownership caused Hartman to quit his job with the Lakers, but he later said that being the general manager for that team back in those days was the most fun he had throughout his illustrious career. Really one of the best. While Hartman was overseeing most of the basketball operations for the Lakers, he was working as a columnist for the Minneapolis Star Tribune. He wrote columns for the paper several days a week until his passage, where he amassed 21,235 bylines per the Star Tribune count. Ah, yes. Sid Hartman, dead at the age of 100. We're back. More headlines. Scoreboard. We'll just do shout outs like this. All my friends at Facebook, Twitter, and the Gram. Hi. Okay, let's get back with some other fun things to bring you. You know, we haven't done lately. We got to do. We got to remind ourselves to keep doing it. The AP Top 25 rankings are in for football. So if you will excuse me for a moment, I'm going to take one swig. Tasty. Okay. Let's get you to the top 25 football poll. It is, believe it or not, the last one before the Big Ten shows up on October 24th. So if you're ready, I'm ready too. Let's go. Let's go to from the bottom up. Number 25, Coastal Carolina. 24, USC. 23rd, North Carolina State. 22nd, Marshall. 21st, Minnesota. 20th, Kansas State. 19th, Virginia Tech. 18th, Michigan. Hey, we got a Michigan. That's right. 17th, Iowa State. 16th, SMU. 17th, tied for 14th was Wisconsin and North Carolina. 13th, Oregon. 12th, BYU. 11th, Florida. 10th, Florida. No, excuse me. 11th, Miami of Florida. 10th, Florida. 9th, Cincinnati. 8th, Penn State. 7th, Texas A&M. 6th, Oklahoma State. 5th, Ohio State. 4th, Georgia. 3rd, Notre Dame. 2nd, Alabama. And 1st went to Clemson. That's right. You're probably wondering, hey, where's Michigan State? I don't know. But wow, that is incredible. Anyway, you want the speaker incredible? Simple. It's incredible. We got the scoreboard. So let's kick it off with the scores from today or football. So it's another midnight serving of this show. We were on at 1 o'clock because the game went a little long. So did the post show. You know, we have to wait for the end of the post show to give you our show. So a little heads up: the World Series. We have to wait till the post show. This is going to be a fun week. All right. Let the ARF begin. The Arc of the Triumph. Let's get you ready with possibly some soccer. By the way, October 24th, also, you can catch the grand final, 4 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time on FS1. 4 o'clock. Wow. I do believe. We are going to check with our sources again before we say our goodnights. But here we go. In the Premier League, it was Sheffield United and Fulham playing to a 1-1 tie, as did Crystal Palace and Brighton, a 1-1 tie. Tottenham and West Ham, and in a 3-3 tie. Aston Villa over Leicester, 1-0 in the Bundesliga. FC Köln and Eintracht Frankfurt ended a 1-1 tie, as did Schalke and Union Berlin. Italy, Serie A, Bologna lost to Sassuolo 4-3. Fiorentina and Spezia tied at 2. Cagliari over Torino 3-2. Udinese over 3-2. Roma over Benevento 5-2. Spain in La Liga, Eibar and Osasuna ended in a 0-0 tie. Athletic Bilbao over Levante 2-0. Villarreal over Valencia 2-1. Elche over Alaves 2-0. Huesca and Valladolid tied at 2, and Real Sociedad beat Betis 3-0. Now in Italian basketball, Liga A, Sassari over Fortitudo Bologna 89-86. Reggiana over Virtus Bologna 77-67. Olympia Milano over Virtus Roma 93-71. Venezia over Cantu 75-67. Brindisi over Treviso 99-83. Brescia over Trieste 75-63. Espanyol Estudiantes by 1 over Real Betis 81-80. Basket Zaragoza over Murcia 98-86. Baskonia over Barcelona 82-71. Unicaja over Gran Canaria 84-80. In Japanese baseball, the Nippon Ham Fighters over the Chibalati Marines 5-2. 5-9-0 for the Fighters, 2-6-1 for the Marines. Mima got the loss. He's 9-4. Arihara got the win. He's 7-8 for the Nippon Ham Fighters. The Fukuoka Silverhawks defeated the Rakuten Golden Eagles 11-4, 11-14-1 for the Hawks, 4-10-0 for the Eagles. Moinello got the win. He's 2-2. Makita got the loss. He's 1-2. Cebu Lions over the York Buffaloes 3-2, 3-7-1 for the Lions, 2-7-0 for the Buffaloes. Matsumoto for the Lions gets the win. He's 5-5. Miyagi gets the loss. He's 0-1. Hiroshima Carp blanked the Chunichi Dragons 5-0, 5-5-0 for the Carp, 0-10-1 for the Dragons. Nakamura for the Carp gets a win. He's 3-2. Shimizu for the Dragons gets a loss. He's 1-1. The Hashin Tigers over the Yakut Swallows 6-5, 6-10-1 for the Tigers, 5-12-0 for the Swallows. Akiyama for the Tigers gets the win. He's 8-3. Ogawa for the Swallows gets a loss. He's 9-6. Yokohama Bay Stars swamped the Omuri Giants 10-6, 10-12-1 for the Bay Stars, 6-13-1 for the Giants. Escobar gets the win for the Bay Stars. He's 1-3. And Takanashi gets a loss for the Giants. He's 1-1. We make our move to the South Korean section and the Korean Baseball League. Samsung Lions beat the Hanwha Eagles 5-4, 5-7-0 for the Lions, 4-12-1 for the Eagles. Doosan Bears over the Kaiwoon Heroes 8-2. 8-13-0 for the Bears, 2-6-3 for the Heroes. Kia Tigers blank the LG Twins 4-0, 4-5-0 for the Tigers, 0-4-2 for the Twins. Mighty Giants over the NC Dinos 9-2, 9-11-0 for the Giants, 2-8-2 for the Dinos. And the KT Wiz Swan beat up the Wyverns 7-5, 7-13-1 for the Swan, 5-11-0 for the Wyverns. And that is it, except for who got it? Who got the big win? As the NASCAR playoffs go from the grade 8 to the final 4 with 2 more races to go before they hit to Phoenix for the championship. So let's get to it. Who got the victory today? Why, it was Joey Logano in a hard-fought battle with Kevin Harvick. Meanwhile, Kurt Busch blew his engine and probably his chances of advancement. Now he's got no choice. He has to win these next 2 races or else his day is done. And so is his season. All right. That is it for NASCAR. And that will do it for our little show of shows tonight. I want to say thank you all for watching and for believing in this broadcast. We're going to try a lot more things to improve this. And we'll do what we can to hopefully bring in more viewers. We love you guys, and we want to succeed where everyone else can succeed. So we want to succeed big time. But friends, that's going to wrap it up for us. Tomorrow we got football at 5 o'clock and Monday Night Football. We got Monday afternoon football at 5, Monday Night Football at 8 on Fox and ESPN respectful. That's going to wrap it up for us. I'm Steve the Baxman BAXLEY. For everyone involved here at L2C Sports and the L2C Media Network and Mystifying Creativity Productions, thank you for tuning in. And as we always say at the end of every broadcast, here we go. Bark, bark, meow, meow. For all of us here, I've already done that. I know what I say, always. May your favorite teams always be winners, and good night, America, wherever and whomever you are. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good night. Thank you, and blessings to all. Good night.